Friends, in this video, I'd like to do practical demo for UFW or complicated firewall. This would be lab for this demo. Yeah, very simple one. The Linux will be running as client, and the Ubuntu, of course, its networking setting is host earning and will be running as server. Before we start, we need to make sure the SSH server and the web server or Apache 2 is running on the Ubuntu. To save time, I've already installed both of them. Okay, so now we can go to the Ubuntu, make sure SSH service and Apache 2 service are running. Sudo systemctl status Apache 2. Yeah, it's running, and we can sudo system status SSH. Okay, it's running, and we go to the Linux because here, yeah, this IP address of the Ubuntu, and as you can see, we press enter, we can get the default Ubuntu page back. And also, if you want to connect to the Ubuntu with SSH, I need to remove the old keys information and connect it again. Yes. As you can see, no problem, right? So now we can exit. So let's go on. So before, yeah, I've already show you, before we enable the firewall, the client can access service running on Ubuntu. Okay, so now we, yeah, just I mentioned at the very beginning, UFW or complicated firewall. Yeah, this is software firewall and built on the IP table because IP tables are so difficult to configure. And this can provide the command line interface for us to configure the access control. The Ubuntu by default, has UFW installed. However, maybe it's not active. Okay, so how to know its status? We can lodge the terminal. So maybe I need to make it bigger. So I use the Linux very much, not Ubuntu. Okay, it's fine. I think it's acceptable. Okay, so we can use sudo UFW status. As you can see, it's inactive. Okay, and let's go ahead, and we can enable the UFW by running command enable. So very easy to configure. Enable. As you can see, now it's enabled. If now we can check the status again, yeah, it's active. If you want to get more information, we can use verbose. As you can see, sorry, no verbose. As you can see, the deny. This is the default rules for the UFW, denying all incoming traffic and allow outgoing traffic, deny routed. So, okay, so for example, we want to allow the web service. So how to do? Very easy to configure. Sudo UFW and UFW, and we can use allow, and we just put the protocol HTTP or port number. We can press enter, and now, and then we can check the status verbose. Yeah, as you can see, if you want to get the number, the information, each root has a number attached to it. Sudo UFW status Lambert. Okay, so this is the first rule and the second rule for the IPv6. And if you want to get all available commands, we can use help. As you can see, we can enable, disable, can default. We can define the default policy. Login, for example, we can sudo UFW default, and we can, for example, allow and incoming, like that, or outgoing, outbound. Okay, so so just now we have already enabled web service. So now if we go, oh sorry, before I think I'd like to delete the edit loop first. Sorry about this. UFW status, UFW, or we can use the reset, and this will reset all loops. And we can UFW status and inactive. Now if we UFW enable, and then now it's active, and we want to get the loose information, we can put the verbose. As you can see, logging on, decline, incoming. So if we go to the Linux and refresh the page, as you can see, this would be timeout because by default it would be blocked. Okay, so now we go back to here. Also, you cannot, if we try to use, I like to go to Linux, and if we connect to the target, connect to the Ubuntu server again by SSH, enter, will not succeed. Okay, I'd like to quit by pressing Ctrl and C. So now we want to enable access to our web server, so we can sudo UFW allow, and followed by the application or service HTTP. Okay, so now if we go to the Linux and we can refresh, no problem. We can get, also we can use the command line Q to retrieve. Okay, no problem. However, this time SSH still cannot work. SSH, as you can see, because we do not add SSH loop to the UFW. I'd like to quit. And now, if you want to allow SSH, very easy to be added, right? And now we go back to the Linux and connect again. As you can see, we are logged in. We are connected to the Ubuntu. Okay, so very easy. And if you want to delete a specific loop, how to do? We can use sudo. We need to get the number of each loop first. UFW and status, and Lambert. Okay, so there are 4 loops in total. And if you want to delete this one, how to do? We can use sudo UFW delete, and the second one. And then, yeah, if you want to confirm to proceed with operation, yes. And then we can sudo UFW and status Lambert. Okay, so the next loop will be going up to become the second one. Okay, so now if we go back to Linux, if we want to connect to the Ubuntu again by SSH, will not succeed. Okay, so I think it's clear. So let me see which else I'd like to showcase. Yeah, verbose. Yeah, allow HTTP traffic. Okay, so I think another one I'd like to, I like to configure as example. If you want to allow specific IP address, you just use sudo UFW allow, allow from, and the IP address of the kernel Linux. For example, this case, this IP address is used by administrator, and 253, and any, and the port number. Of course, you do not, if you do not want to specify the number, you just leave this here. And if you want to just want to specify the SSH service, press enter. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put 2 and enter. And then you can UFW status and numbered. Yeah, this time, as you can see, allow from this client to, or this source IP address to connect to this server Ubuntu by SSH. No other machines can be allowed to access. Okay, so if we go back to my kernel Linux, you log in to the target by SSH again, no problem, right? Exit, and now we go back. If we want to delete, and status, or not status, delete the second one. Okay, if you want to disable the UFW, just use UFW disable. Okay, so, and you can check the status again. Now it's inactive. So UFW is much easier to configure in comparison to IP tables or Firewall D. Okay, so that's all I'd like to cover in this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.